Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the course Engineering Metrology. So this is the fourth lecture on the topic of surface texture. So the contents of the today's topic are recalling of the lecture 3, and then I will discuss the Tomlinson surface meter, and then I will discuss the Taylor-Hobson Tally-Surf roughness meter, and then I will discuss the profile of the surface roughness in machining, and then we will summarize the today's topic contents. So the form factor is obtained by measuring the area of the material above the arbitrary chosen baseline in the section and the area of the enveloping rectangle. So this we understood in the from the lecture 3, right? The metal to the area of the enveloping rectangle. Suppose if the rectangle is if we get exactly rectangle, that means the surface finish is very high. If the rectangle is partly filled by the surface irregularities, that means the surface finish is poor. Form factor K is greater than 0.8, high surface finish, and if form factor is less than 0.8, it represents the low surface finish. And also we have seen the bearing curve. So that is determined by adding the lengths A, B, C, etc. at depths X, Y, Z, etc. So there are different methods for ensuring the surface finish. So those methods are classified into two groups. One is inspection by comparison and direct instrument measurement. So in the inspection by comparison methods, we have the 8 sub methods. One is visual inspection, touch inspection, surface photographs, micro interferometer, Wallace surface dynamometer, and reflected light intensity. And we have seen the stylus probe type, skid type, right? Stylus and skid type instruments. So these instruments have the advantage is that the electrical signal available can be processed to obtain the any desired degree of surface roughness parameter, or it can be used for recording recorded for display, or it can be used for subsequent analysis of the surface, are widely used for surface texture measurements in spite of having many disadvantages. So the stylus probe instruments currently in use for surface finish measurement. We have seen the profilometer in the last class. So in this class, we'll discuss the Tomlinson surface meter and the Taylor-Hobson Tally-Surf and recording instrument used to measure the surface roughness in microns. So this is the Tomlinson surface meter. So this meter consists of it is the surface which is to be inspected. This is the diamond probe, and this is supported by a lapped cylinder, and also it is supported by the spring. So the spring, and there is a this is a coil spring, and there is a leaf spring, right? So the diamond stylus, a leaf spring which is connected to the body, and there is a coil spring which is also supported at the other end, and there is a roller. This is the lapped steel cylinder, so whose one side is supported by the probe, and there is a steel arm, so whose one end is supported at the lapped cylinder, the other end is mounted or provided on the smoked glass screen. So this arm, other end of the arm is having the diamond stylus, provide the or magnified output is provided on the smoked glass screen. So how this works? So the Tomlinson surface meter is a comparatively cheaper and a reliable instrument. So it was originally designed by Dr. Tomlinson. So it consists against the surface of a lapped steel cylinder and is attached to the body of the instrument by a leaf spring. So the lapped cylinder is supported on one side by the probe. The spring steel arm is attached to the lapped cylinder. So it carries at its tip a diamond scriber, right, which rests against a smoked glass screen. So the motions of the stylus in all directions except vertical one are prevented in two springs, that is coil spring and the leaf spring. For measuring a surface finish, the body of the instrument is moved across the surface by a screw rotated by a asynchronous motor. So makes the horizontal lapped cylinder to roll. Suppose if the horizontal cylinder rolls, what happens? So the there is a steel arm, so which can move, right? Because it is attached to the lapped cylinder. So the steel arm causes the movement. So the magnified vertical movement of the diamond scriber on smoked glass is obtained by the movement of the arm. So this vertical movement of the scriber together with the horizontal movement produces the trace on the smoked glass plate. So this trace is further magnified by 50 times or 100 times by an optical projector. For other method is Taylor-Hobson Tally-Surf. So here this is the surface which is to be inspected. So it is a skid type of instrument. There is a skid, and this is the stylus, right? So this is connected to the arm. This is called the armature. So here we have the E-shaped stamping, 3 legs. We have the 3 legs. So middle leg is pivoted on the armature, and the other 2 legs are wounded by the coils. So these coils carries the AC current. 2 coils with the 2 armatures forms the oscillator, and this oscillator is connected to the amplifier. So here the input waves are amplified, and then these amplified waves are further demodulated in the demodulator, and this passes through the filter to get the filtered waveform, and then it is shown on the meter. So here current is directly proportional to the surface irregularities, and there is a recorder also, so which can record the or plot the graph of the demodulated smoothed curve on the graph. So how the principle is that here, so if the skid drawn over the surface which is to be inspected, because of the irregularities, the stylus will get the a vertical moment, right? That is up and down moment. So what happens? The armature will moves up and down, so that changes the gap between the E-shaped stamping and the armature. So that causes the flow of current through the coils AB and AC. So that is amplified in the amplifier, and then it is demodulated as explained. So Taylor Hobson Talisurf and is a skid type of instrument, so working on a carrier modulating principle. So its response is more rapid and accurate as compared to Tomlinson surface meter. So the measuring head of this instrument consists of a sharply pointed diamond stylus of about 0.002 mm tip radius, and a skid or shoe which is drawn across the surface by means of a motorized driving unit. So in this instrument, the stylus is made to trace the profile of the surface irregularities, and the oscillatory moment of the stylus is converted into changes in electric current by the arrangement shown in the previous slide. So the arm carrying the stylus forms an armature which pivots about the centerpiece of E-shaped stamping as explained in the slide. So on 2 legs of the E-shaped stamping, there are 2 coils carrying an AC current, and these 2 coils with other 2 resistances forms an oscillator. So as the armature is provided about the central leg, any movement of the stylus causes the air gap to vary, and thus the amplitude of the original AC current flowing in the coils is modulated. So the output of the bridge thus consists of modulation only. So this is further demodulated so that the current is directly proportional to the vertical displacement of the stylus. The another method is profilograph. So this consists of a motor and a reduction gearbox, so which is connected, right? This motion or power is transmitted to the lead screw. At the end of this lead screw, there is a 2 bevel gears are mounted, right? So there are 2 shafts, right? On the shaft there is a bevel gear, and there is another bevel gear to transfer the motion in perpendicular to the perpendicular direction. Okay. So on this shaft there is a revolving drum is mounted. So on this revolving drum there is a sensitized film is sticked. So here there is a light source, and there is a lens and a precision slit. So here it is a table. On the table, the workpiece is, this is the workpiece which is mounted on the table. So this is the stylus, so which is connected or fixed to the oscillating mirror. So whenever the this motor right operates, what happens? The lead screw will move. So accordingly, the table gets the moment. Okay, table gets the moment. So what happens? The stylus will move on the surface. Okay, because of irregularities, this oscillating mirror will oscillate. So when the light source passed through this lens and the precision slit and projected onto the oscillating mirror, so this oscillating mirror image is produced on the revolving drum, right, which has the sensitizing film. So here we will get the image in magnified form on the sensitized film. So the stylus, which is pivoted to a mirror, moves over the tested surface. So oscillations of the tracer point are transmitted to the mirror. A light source sends a beam of light through lens and a precision slit to the oscillating mirror. The reflected beam is directed to a revolving drum upon which the sensitized film is arranged. So this drum is rotated through two bevel gears from the same lead screw that moves the table of the instrument. A profilogram will be obtained from the sensitized film, so that may be subsequently analyzed to determine the value of the surface roughness. What are the various ways we can reduce the surface roughness in machining? So one is by utilizing the cutting tool having proper geometry. So let us, if you see, for the same feed rate and depth of cut, a round tool will give the lower surface roughness as compared to the sharp one. So by providing a suitable nose radius, level of finish can be improved. Also by tool having a lower principal cutting edge angle and auxiliary cutting edge angle can give the better surface finish. So by reducing the feed rate also, we can control the surface finish. Surface roughness is directly proportional to the feed rate. So using the lower feed rate, we can get the good surface finish. But we need to sacrifice the material removal rate. As the tool moves slowly, what happens? It takes more time to remove the material. So material removal rate decreases. By eliminating the chances of built-up edge formation, built-up edge develops and strongly adheres on the tool tip. So this changes the tool geometry and restricts the smooth flow of chips and increases the cutting force and induces the vibrations. So all such sequences can lead to generation of rough surfaces. So thus by reducing chances of built-up edge formation by utilizing the proper selected coolant or proper tool angles, so the surface finish can be improved. And by reducing the vibration, also we can reduce the surface roughness. So vibration in machine tool can cause a fluctuation in depth of cut, feed rate, and cutting force. So such a small scale fluctuations can degrade the quality of the machine surface. Thus, usage of vibration absorbers, properly transmission of vibrations, and isolation of the machine tool from the floor can improve the surface finish. And by reducing the tool wear rate. So if you use the worn out tool, that can severely damage the machined surface. So a tool having a compatible material can retain its shape for a longer duration. So usage of appropriate coolant also helps in reducing the wear rate by controlling cutting temperature. So there are a few other trivial factors that influence the surface quality in machining. So those factors are quality of the unmachined surface, including surface roughness, cracks, voids, etc. And homogeneity in the workpiece material will also affects and stick slip motion of sliding parts in machine tool, eccentricity in workpiece or tool, backlash in motion of elements, that is in the backlash in the gears, tool tip modification, etc. So all these by controlling all this we can reduce the surface roughness. So this is about the today's topic. The Tomlinson surface meter consists of a diamond probe held by spring pressure against the surface of a lapped steel cylinder, and it is attached to the body of the instrument by a leaf spring. So the lapped cylinder is supported on one side by the probe and on the other side by the fixed rollers. A light spring steel arm is attached to the lapped cylinder. It carries a tip, a diamond tip scriber, right? It acts as a scriber which rests against a smoked glass. So the motions of the stylus in all the directions except the vertical one are prevented by the forces exerted by the two springs. So Taylor Hobson or TallySurf is a stylus and a skid type of instrument working on a carrier modulating principle. So this is the this is the third one, right? Taylor Hobson TallySurf, and the second one is the Tomlinson surface meter. First one is a profilometer. Okay, profilometer. So its response is more rapid and accurate as compared to the Tomlinson surface meter. So the measuring head of this instrument consists of a sharply pointed diamond stylus of about 0.002 mm tip radius and a skid or shoe which is drawn across the surface by means of a motorized driving unit. A profilogram will be obtained from the sensitized film that may be subsequently analyzed to determine the value of the surface roughness. So this is about the today's class. These are the references we followed for preparing this material. Thank you.